Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of the Lion Podcast. I am your humble host, Abigail Promise, and we are live here at Biamasilak, Yaoundé. Today on set with us, we have a promising, young, and enterprising young man. Good afternoon, sir.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Abigail.
It is an honor for us to have you on set today, sir.
I'm glad to be here too.
Can you kindly introduce yourself to our audience?
All right, I am Mbonjo. I am the founder and managing director of Best Partners Africa Limited. That
Okay.
is basically me.
Oh, thank you for the introduction, sir. Sir, we heard that you are organizing an event on the 1st of August, which brings together young entrepreneurs, students, graduates to talk about opportunities in Cameroon. Can you kindly tell us about this event, sir?
All right, I want to ask a question first before we
Okay.
go ahead. Not to you, Abigail,
Okay.
but just a quick question to whoever is watching us right now. And the question is, who should take the blame for youth unemployment in Cameroon? Is it the youth themselves, their parents, or the government?
Okay.
This question has been in my a burden in my heart for several months and even years now. And we are quick to push responsibilities. We are quick to wanting to blame our parents, wanting to blame the government, and wanting to even blame the young people. But we have to move away from the blame game, and we have to begin to take responsibility. And people have said that Cameroon is a land full of opportunities.
Sure.
And we believe that there are opportunities. Our experience have told us otherwise, that there are several opportunities in the country. And that is why we are organizing. The theme of the conference is maximizing market opportunities in Cameroon. And we are bringing together over 200 young and aspiring entrepreneurs, including students and even graduates across several different sectors and fields. And our goal is to help them to, number one, identify market opportunities across these different sectors in agriculture and agribusiness, real estate and construction, digital and the tech industry, and several different industries. And number two, to help them to take advantage of these opportunities. That is what the conference is about.
Okay, so sir, you mentioned the event is for graduate students, which means every young and enterprising Cameroonian is invited to the event.
Yes, please. Every young and aspiring entrepreneur
Okay.
is invited to the event, and it's equally a bilingual event. So we're inviting the French audience too.
Okay. Okay, sir. So you spoke about the various fields. I heard you spoke about agro businesses. Can you talk more about, let's say, the specific fields that you intend on training the students in? Like you spoke of agro business, tech. Can you speak about some of these fields that you intend to train the students in?
All right. We are not necessarily training on different fields. We are just helping them to identify opportunities that are within these fields. And as much as I have mentioned agribusiness and the agricultural sector, it is not limited to students or experts from that field. You bear with me that agribusiness and agriculture doesn't just end at the farm. On several different occasions, we are limiting opportunities to owning a farm, cultivating corn, cocoa, coffee, and you can name the rest. But there are a lot of other opportunities within that sector. Processing, food processing, it is a very booming industry now, and we can take advantage of that. There is packaging, and you can name the rest. So it doesn't limit to that or those particular fields I have mentioned. Communication industry, the health industry, and what more.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir, for that clarification. So I would like to ask, as an entrepreneur, so the process surely to start as an entrepreneur in Cameroon with the mindset that jobs are supposed to be provided by the government, or some youths prefer to depend on their parents. What are some of the challenges that you faced as an entrepreneur?
All right. Just to comment on what you have said, I have a government job. I will not love to mention this, but the truth is, the government does not have the capacity to give every youth a job. in the country. If you look at the rate of unemployment in Cameroon, it stands at about 6.7%. It means that about 7 out of every 100 young person in Cameroon has a formal job. But this can seem exciting. If you look at detailing again, you'll notice that a lot of people are employed in the informal sector, right? Over 69% of them. And the informal sector, they are street vendors and motorbike riders and all of that, with an average income of about 1.5 or sorry, 1,500 francs a day. And this is very small to take care of their needs. That is the reality of what we have in Cameroon. And just to let you know that the government cannot provide job to the number of Cameroonians that we have, the number of young people that we have. And to the challenges that I've experienced as an individual, we launched or registered Vest Partners Africa Limited early this year, February. And just within that short period of time, within these few months, there are two primary challenges that I've experienced. The first challenge is at the level of collaboration. I mean, it is sad to say that a lot of young people are not really willing to collaborate. I mean, I have expected before now that there will be a lot of rejections, there will be a lot of yes to, but I have moved to several different organizations, several different companies, and several different individuals, and you begin to hear funny excuses. Really, people that you will expect that they should put their hands together with yours so that we get the ball rolling to bring impact in one or two sectors are beginning to shy away. So we have a lot of young people doing things in isolation. Every person wants to do their own at their own different corner. And I believe that it is time for us to come together. It is time for us to begin to work together and collaborate on several different projects and have the win. The second challenge that I've experienced, which I previewed before now, is working with a team of people who have even come in to volunteer is challenging. You have to set the pace, you have to cast the vision, and a lot of them are slow to capture the vision. And if care is not taken like what I've been doing, I have to move across several different departments, ensuring that the work is going and the work is going well. And as a startup, I realized that as a startup entrepreneur, if you are not moving fast to help them do that work, you will move out for 1-2 days and the work will lie there undone. So those are the two major challenges that I experience as a startup entrepreneur.
Okay, thank you very so sir, I want you to tell us like a bold move. Normally in Cameroon, we have this perception, there is this perception that youth have, that chacun pour chacun.
That's right.
Like you said, most youths, everyone prefers to be on his own, probably start a business on his own. So normally I want you to know the bold move. What prompted you to be able to take this action into entrepreneurship? What motivated you to take this action?
All right. What motivated me to take this action? Uh, I don't know what or I don't know if I should share this. I don't know if this is the right time to share this. But the first bold move that I had to make is before now I sold my vehicle, and when I had that money in my hand, the thing that I wanted to do with it is to have my way out of the country, to relocate abroad. I was thinking of Canada and even the United States. So early this year, I had an opportunity, and I mean, uh, I was not looking to see myself in the country at this time. But the bold move was taking that amount of money and putting it into the startup. That is the first bold move that I've had to make. And on several occasions, when I leave the house, I still have to, the frustration of having to get a bike or having to get a taxi.
Go trek.
Yes, it's not easy. That is the first bold move. The second bold move is having to register the company. And a lot of young people have brands, a lot of young people have small businesses, as we call it, but they have not made the bold move of having to register it in or with the competent authorities. having to go through that business creation and
True.
registration
That's true.
procedure. And it's a bold move so that we don't just have to talk about business from passion any longer. We have to talk about business from actually building the right structures and having it to be a legal entity that exists on its own outside of the people behind
That's true,
that
sir.
business. And a bold move too. This conference is a bold move. Like this is the first gathering that we are having, the first premier business conference, and having to gather 200 to 300 young people is not easy at the start. It's true, I've been in the sector of career and innovations. I've been in the sector of entrepreneurial training and all of that. But under Vest Partners Africa, this is our first conference. And I remember sharing this with a few friends and a few people. And when they got of this, they were like, why don't you start small? I told them that 200 is small, right? Yes, and to me, it is a bold move because 200 is not a small number to gather in Yaoundé, and that is what I'm pushing to every young person listening to me now. Make the bold move, and trust me, it's going to be a lot of impact story to tell.
Okay. So, sir, normally, if I, for one, I'm not sure I can sell my vehicle to put in an entrepreneurial business that I'm not sure because there's risks. Surely there's a risk of if you lose everything and maybe the business does not work out. Let's say you're renting alone and you carry all your money and put in that business. Landlord chases you out. Probably your family will even reject you at that moment. So I'd like you to tell these aspiring entrepreneurs, how do they deal with that fear of starting? Because
Okay.
at most times the problem is the fear of starting. It's not actually getting into the business. It's just how to make the move. What should I be afraid of? How should I take the move? How should I keep my fears aside? And how should I just make the move to see that if it goes, it goes. If it doesn't go, it doesn't go.
All right. If it goes, it goes. If it doesn't go, it doesn't go. And a lot of young people go by that statement, and we go by guesswork a lot in entrepreneurship, which is not what should be, right?
Okay.
We should work to uh, really get our hands on what the business requires before we start.
True.
And like I rightly mentioned, or like I mentioned earlier, I have a job. I work, and I'm equally a consultant, project management consultant. So I have different things that I do outside of the startup. And I equally said that I started small, but I did not start from zero. So selling the car is little startup capital that I could start with. And a lot of other young people do not have this privilege
True.
to start with that. They do not have jobs too. And one thing with me personally is what we are doing at Vest Partners Africa is primarily helping working professionals in the diaspora to make profitable investments back in the country, profitable and secure investment. So we are helping them with providing market insight. We're helping them through business consulting and strategy. We're helping them to execute their projects back in the country, starting up farms for them, buying lands, building houses, and opening small businesses for them. So I had to take time to talk with a good number of Africans and Cameroonians who are in the diaspora. And this is simply validating the problem that I identified. I identified a problem that a lot of people in the diaspora do not or have lost money through friends and even family members and cousins that they entrusted money with so that they could execute their projects for them back in the country, but it did not go well. A lot of disappointment, and that is a problem. They are looking for who they can trust. They are looking for structures and not individuals saying, trust me, right? And Vest Partners Africa is that structure. There is so much more that we can talk about around our trust framework, but I had to go from there to actually validate that the problem I have identified is not just a problem that I discovered in my room. A lot of young people are solving problems that they have fabricated. So we should move from identifying problems to validating that those problems actually are problems and they exist. So when I validated that the problem exists, the thing that I had to move from to do is, true, you could still validate that the problem exists. You have a lot of resources at your disposal to start, and the business still fails. So I decided to give my all. And I say it again, I decided to give my all into the growth of this business. So I've given my life, not life, please. I've given my attention, I've given my time. There are days where I sit on the table from morning till it is 9 p.m., 10 p.m. that I'm looking for something to eat outside of breakfast in the morning. And that's the life of someone who wants to build something. That's the life of someone who wants to build a business, someone who wants to make it stand. You can never just depend on wanting to jump here and there and expect that the business survives. You must give it your all, and trust me, if you begin to do that, you will see little steps towards success.
That's wonderful, sir. I want to put myself in the place of a youth, as I am an aspiring entrepreneur. So let's say I just finished the university. Probably I have nothing to do, but I have a dream. I have an aspiration, something that I want to do. I've probably identified the problem, but I do not know how. First, I don't have a job. I do not have the resources to get to execute to solve the problem. How can I go about that?
All right. Not having the resources, yeah, there's so much we can say about that, Abigail. And just to say that if you are completing school, you're a recent graduate, it is important that you get your hands on something doing,
Okay.
right? It's important that you find somewhere to serve. It's important that you find projects that you can volunteer in. It's important that you find organizations and other institutes that you can offer your services free, offer your time free, and even the small resources that you have free. And when you are doing this, you develop yourself better. A lot of young people want to start and they have to do with a lot of guesswork because the little experience that they should have from collaboration is not there. The little experience that they should have from teamwork is not there. The little experience that they should have with, well, little other building, right, is not there. And this is where I advise a lot of other people to start at the level of volunteering. And when you are volunteering with an organization, you have an opportunity to contribute a solution to the problem that you have identified, even through them. The problem that we have as young people, like you mentioned earlier, is wanting to work by ourselves, wanting to take the glory to your, yes, and wanting to own everything. So we must move away from the ownership mentality to wanting to collaborate. And even when you're working as an employee or as a volunteer, you will notice that you become an entrepreneur, right? When you're working to solve problems that that particular organization or company is experiencing, then you begin to grow yourself. You begin to even develop your idea better. And trust me, if you do not even have the financial resources, at that level, you're going to get the human resource. You could network with stakeholders, you could network with other team members and even colleagues that can get to join you in that project or the initiative that you're working on. You could get to even mobilize material resources, right? Let me give an example. If you have a project and you are a lady, you want to work with teenage girls who are struggling with menstrual health issues, and you begin to work with an organization who work with young girls and all of that. If you have that passion, when you step into that organization that has an office space, you can even leverage on that space to organize some little discussion or educative session with those young girls without necessarily renting a space. So those are some little advantages that will come at your disposal when you begin to interact with many other people and begin to avail yourself to serve. We know that a lot of young people do not want to volunteer because they are looking for quick money. But someone has said that volunteers are not paid not because they are worthless, but volunteers are not paid because they are priceless.
Okay.
So if you become a volunteer, you begin to give out your services for free, you begin to give out your time, then trust me, you build value that finances will not even be able to pay. Yes, I don't know if I should continue, but I want to pause here so that
Uh,
you go ahead.
okay, so we've heard a lot from Mr. Ridley, and this to the youth also to know that to be a volunteer does not mean that you do not have worth, it just means you are priceless.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
Thank you very much, sir. So I would like to ask, I don't know if we are here on the Lion podcast. I don't know if you've heard of Lion Higher Institute.
Yes, I've heard of Lion Institute, Higher Institute, though not very much. Yes,
Okay.
I know that they are into youth education and training. They train across different fields, business, education, and even engineering
Software,
fields.
yes,
Yes,
sir.
that is the little I know about Lion Higher Institute, though I've not interacted with them before now through this
Okay.
podcast.
Okay, so Lion Higher Institute is, let's say, a movement that is aimed to, encourage youth development.
Okay.
So we are not just growing youth in education, in the theoretical part of education. We are more focused on growing the minds of youth, like teaching them the professionalism of it. It's not just about the theory, going to school, learning what the teacher gives. We teach them how to go to the field, learn what they actually need to get them the skills that they actually need to take on in life. Also, we are trying to build the mindset of students to, let's say, we are trying to eradicate the Cameroon mentality. No, the Cameroon mentality is everyone should get jobs from the government. But actually, at Lion Higher Institute, we train students that you can be a boss of your own. You can be an entrepreneur of your own. We are trying to impact a mentality that we call the Lion mentality. A mentality that makes you resilient, that makes you uncommon, that makes you brave, where everyone else backs out, where everyone else does not have the courage to stand up. So Lion Higher Institute offers HND, our field of studies. We have HND. We offer the bachelor's degree and master's degree.
Okay.
Okay.
That's amazing.
So, okay, thank you very much, sir. So I would like you've been a student once, sir.
Yes.
So I don't know when you left school, but I'm sure. So what are some of the things, like when you were choosing a higher institute, probably you took some things into consideration. I would like you to tell these youths of nowadays, when choosing, like the things you took into consideration, what are some of the things they can also take into consideration when looking for a university?
All right. Uh, Abigail, I have so much to say. I don't know, but let me talk little. Uh, when I First of all, I completed my postgraduate 2019 in mechanical engineering at the University of Bamenda, and it will amaze you what I'm doing now. I'm into project management and entrepreneurship. Yes. So I really would not want to give how I got into school as a template because a lot has changed.
True.
And my passion, the problems I have identified, my opinion about career and all of that has changed largely. And that is what I want to share presently. And if you are a student and wanting to get into higher institute, I think it's a really good step. And one thing that you should look out for with higher institute is number one, their accreditation
Okay,
and recognition.
that's true.
In Cameroon, a higher institute must have legal backing, right? So
Exactly.
find out, are they recognized by the appropriate
Authorities.
government body,
Okay,
Ministry of Higher Education,
true.
and what is their mentor higher institute? Because a lot of students have gone through higher institutes in quotes, and at the end of the day, they are submitting certificates that are not recognized anywhere. So that is the first thing you should look out for.
Okay.
The next thing that you should look out for is their quality of staff. Yes, this is one thing that I recommend for too many young people. By quality of staff, we mean that you should find out who is behind educational activities and even the normal teaching and training activities at the level of the classroom. So it is very important for you to go there. If you want to get admission, go to a higher institute and find out, please, what are the names of your lecturers? Right? It's very important that higher institute have a blend of academic professionals, top academic professionals, and even industry professionals.
Okay.
So get their names, get to their LinkedIn pages, search them online, find out what are they doing, right? What are their engagements? It's very important. Okay. Yes. And the next thing that you should check out for with higher institute is the equipment that they make available for students. And even if they don't have this equipment, what is the career and entrepreneurship support that they offer? It was amazing that you mentioned Lion Higher Institute is ensuring that students get to develop themselves as entrepreneurs. They capture this mindset and not move out expecting that someone will give them a job.
True.
So that is one thing to look out for. What are the career and entrepreneurship support that they give? Do they facilitate, how do they call it now, internship opportunities for you? What are the different trainings and the different networks, the different alumni networks that they set you in as a student through that institute? Do they support projects, student projects? A lot of higher institutes are supporting student projects now. You could have a student project and you get to them. I think this is one thing we discussed earlier. If you have a project or an idea, you don't have the resource. If you are a student, move up to your higher institute, right? Okay. They will give you someone who can mentor you and they will help you through that particular initiative. These are the little things that I will say that students can look into for getting admission and going for higher education or higher studies.
Okay, this is to our audience that you've heard from Mr. Ridley. He was once a student and he's giving advice to all the students out there, to all those getting into the university, that if you're looking for university, you should check the accreditation. You should check if you should get to know your lecturers. He has just given a few advices on how you can do to get a good university. So, sir, it was an honor having you on set with us today.
Thank you so much.
It was really a pleasure having someone young. You know, you really inspire the youth because it's not easy these days having someone as young as you.
I'm not long like I look.
Okay.
But I tell you, when I completed my postgraduate 2019, they're like, wow. I was still at advanced level, I was still at doctoral level, and they thought that we were age mates. I'm not that young.
You look young, sir. Okay, so it was really an honor having you with us on set today. And thank you all our audience for watching. We have come to the end of the Lion podcast. Thank you very much.
Thank you.